Hey everybody, it's Ed, and the future is now, and the future is breaking down all the subscribers watch list companies. Okay, I wanted to do maybe about a minute or less, hopefully, per company. But before I get into it, I wanted to show you guys quickly what I do basically in the beginning of the day and how I kind of map my day out as far as when it comes to, forecasting stuff and looking over things. First thing I do usually is go in and see what the latest case count is. And today we're up about 57,000. Yesterday about 60. Granted, we're not completed with the day. But in general, I try to keep an eye on what's going on, what the chart looks like here, where it's going. Okay. So if it starts flattening out, that could be a big sign that we could be going into a bull market. So I try to keep an eye on that. Second thing I look at is the futures. Like right now, this isn't the future. This is what's going on now. I guess we're down 153. It's 3 o'clock right now, 3:04. And anyway, so I'm always checking this one out. And you can see on the chart that you can kind of check it out. This is from Market Insider. Here, let me pull it down so you can see it. Markets.businessinsider.com. So you can always check that out. So I always leave that on. These are things that I leave up on my stuff all the time. Another thing, obviously, I have to leave up or my actual stores for my company. I have eBay stores, Amazon stores, stuff like that. So I try to leave those up all the time. But I put links in my descriptions of the videos and stuff. And it shows if you see an eBay link or an Amazon link, that's where it redirects you. So if you ever want to go check out and see what we sell a lot of cables, chargers, pet supplies, bike lights, I mean, all kinds of stuff in general. But you can, go over that sometime if you have a chance. I mean, that's some way to help. You want to help our channel, go in and buy some of our products. I mean, we only make like $1 or $2 per, as far as profit margin per item. I mean, with all the costs that we incur through all the site fees and everything, we only make a few bucks per item, but that's all that I need to do. We base things on volume. We sell, hundreds and hundreds of items. We've sold over almost 240,000 items so far, so I think we cleared 2 million in sales or something. Anyway, and we've been in business quite some time now. But anyway, that's you could check it out on eBay. If you buy on eBay and PayPal or whatever, or if you're on Amazon, you can use credit cards too. But if you're on Amazon, you can also go to Amazon and check that out, and that'll redirect you to the products on Amazon. You can see all the stuff we have, pet collars, glow in the dark stuff. We have, headsets and stuff like that, bike lights and cables. Like the cable's one of our most popular one that we sell. I'll pull that up just to show you. It's called a candy flow. I kind of coined that because it looks kind of like a candy cane. And anyway, we sell those on here, different colors. You can see that. And we're an Amazon choice. You can see we got 480 reviews on that, ratings. We sold a ton of those. I mean, last Christmas, I think we sold about like $17,000 worth of these cables. So we were cranking. This was one of our biggest sellers here. But anyway, you always want to make sure you go to, New Tech Junkies. It should always say on the right side, sold by, here, I'll pull it over so you can see it, sold by New Tech Junkies, fulfilled by Amazon. That way it's coming from Amazon. Everything is under warranty. You don't have to worry about any of our products like that. Literally everything's under warranty. But shoot us a message. Shoot me a message before you buy anything. And I'll even throw you on a discount, or I'll, do something for you. I'll throw in an extra item or whatever, either way. So if you're buying from our stores, that would be cool. That would help us out. But I usually don't plug it or promote it because, no offense, we don't really need you. No, but no, for real. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's not going to make or break us, but I mean, it would be something good that you guys could do. That would be cool. But no worries either way there. And anyway, as far as our community, another thing you can do if you want to, is get involved with our communities. You can go to our YouTube channel, and if you go to the community page, we post, I try to post a lot of actual charts, what's going on last couple of days, and try to get ideas from everybody, and we kind of bounce back ideas off of each other, about different things. Like I was kind of wondering where Tesla was going to go today. It just looks like it's going in this sideways channel here. So I was kind of getting an idea of seeing what everybody else was thinking about it. So you can get some ideas back and forth from people. And I just, post different things on there, and people comment all the time. And that way we can start formulating a community and start, pulling together our brains to make correct decisions as much as possible. So anyway, that's that. You can always contact me by, message me or commenting. I try to read all the comments that I can. I mean, remember right now, when it comes to our channel, we don't have that many subscribers, really. I mean, it's not like I have 50,000 subscribers or whatever. And if I did, I wouldn't be able to read all the comments. I wouldn't be able to help out as much. I wouldn't be able to answer all. So right now, you kind of got me at a good time. As we expand the channel, it's going to be a lot harder for me to get involved. And the people that get involved with the channel early, like now and before, I mean, I'm going to, I'm noting you guys. I'm keeping you in mind. I'm like, I'm going to help you guys out more so because you guys are my beginner guys. You guys are sticking with me, and I appreciate that. So I'm going to do my best to help the people that aren't the bandwagoners. It's kind of like the people that buying Tesla at 850 just because everybody and their brother told them to buy at that time. And it was like, it's like they're not making decisions on, properly necessarily. But anyway, that's a little off topic, but you can always comment there. Also, you can Twitter message me as well. I was having a good convo with Crazy Leo last night about all kinds of different companies. He was asking me about a few different companies like Zoom and PG. So we started charting them back and forth and getting ideas of what we were doing on different things. Like, you can see some of the charts here on PG, and I was like, let's see, what did I say? I like only for trading because I don't like the pattern that this one is kind of forming. So I mean, just different things. We're getting into different companies. We're talking about Amazon and AMD, the chip companies, Intel. So you can always contact me there. And Jason was also talking about some different things, and I didn't want to get in, but you can always message there. And I always follow, like, I try to follow, the people going around. Here's Market Scraper right here. Elon Musk was talking about something. He was being goofy today as usual. He posted something silly. Logarithm graphs coming soon. Time spent looking at exponential graphs is going exponential. That's pretty much Elon Musk's sense of humor, as per usual. So anyway, but you can always follow on there, and that would be at future underscore is underscore NOWW. So if you want to follow their message there, whatever, I try to, do that and keep on top of those as well as you can always send me a message via Gmail to Tesla Stock 2021 at gmail.com. So if you need any of the spreadsheets, you can see all the spreadsheets that, the cost-based average is a popular spreadsheet and that people are asking for, as well as picking the best in breed or short-term stuff or robo-taxi networks. So all of my spreadsheets are free, man. I'm here to help people. I'm here to help people, and if saving time helps you, then that's fine. I'm here to help. So you can always contact me on that email as well, and I try to get back to everybody, on all the platforms as quickly as I can. Granted, I get caught up in trading a lot. Right now, I'm out of all my positions, so I'm not in trading mode. So I'm doing this video to kind of give you an idea of what I go through in a given day, what I'm kind of cruising through. So I go to finviz.com as well. And what I do is basically the heat map. It shows what we're dealing with. What's 3% up is in the is in the lightest green, and 3% down is in the lightest red. So I kind of get an idea of, hey, what sector is having trouble over here? That's the financials and the banking. Justin on Blaze Capital was talking about that today. I was watching his show or listening to it as I was doing trading and whatnot. And he was talking about the financial sector is going to be reporting earnings. So you can see that that's turning red already. And you can see some of the other sectors are actually doing okay in the green. Services doing okay in the green. You got healthcare doing okay in the green today. But I like doing this because you can check out what's going on. I mean, J&J had a huge day. Johnson & Johnson yesterday. It was up like 7 or 8%. I can't remember. But I like checking out different things like this. So moving forward, let's see what else we do. I have Facebook if you wanted to check me out there. And that also is in the link. So I try to put in the link all the places you can get in touch with me, depending on what you like doing. I don't care if you Twitter or Facebook or YouTube or whatever. Just contact me anywhere, and I usually try to catch up on everything. And like I said, in the future, I'm not. That's not going to be possible. And I'm running a business right now. I'm investing and trading, and also I am doing the YouTube thing. So I'm doing a lot of these things. And the YouTube thing I'm just doing mainly just almost to give back. I'm not it's not like I'm making any money on it. It's just it's a fun thing to do, and it keeps me, I mean, you guys really keep me in line, believe it or not. I can't make mistakes because you guys are going to keep me accountable for it. So with the accountability, it's actually made me more conservative than I probably would be if I didn't YouTube. So it makes me make sure that I'm trying to be as accurate as possible. So that's kind of key. But you can always, and I post different things. You can see I post this thing about a doctor explaining what's really going on biologically. So, and that was good. He's got like a couple million views on it, and I watched that video, and it's pretty informative. I mean, it shows, how it's different from the common thing. But anyway, so let's see what else do we got. So anyway, let's get to the charts. Let's see what's going on anyway. So today I traded a little bit. I traded Tesla going up. Let me pull the Tesla chart that I usually check. So I traded Tesla a little bit. I missed a big bounce because, I mean, it was going kind of hyperbolic, and I was like, okay, I better take some profits. And I probably should have let it run a little bit longer, but I didn't. And anyway, I made some money going up on Tesla, and then I made some money going short down in space. Once it kind of cracked and went down, where was space? I'll pull it up really quick. And yeah, I was shorting space up in here, and I think I got out not too far down when it spiked down. I basically ducked out of that one, even though it tailed off even further. I'm not greedy. I'm just trying to make quality moves, quality trades. I'm not perfect on my timing on everything. Actually, rarely I'm perfect on my timing. In the last week, I've been all over the place. I'm lucky to be making money every day. So, but I'm being very cautious. I'm not risking a lot. I don't have any positions on right now. You can see that. But anyway, so if I did, I probably wouldn't be doing the video. I'd probably be like watching the ticks on these. But you can see. But anyway, let's get into some of the subscribers. Okay, the subscribers watch list. We'll start with Tesla. Why not? We can start with Tesla because there's a lot of people following. I follow Tesla, and people know that I'm bullish Tesla long term, and I'm going to get in. And when I really get in, and when we start buying and loading up for the long term, I think you guys are going to want to know when I do that and why and what I see. Okay, I'm not saying that you need to buy when I buy or sell when I sell. I don't really care. That's, I'm just, being transparent about what I do. Anyway, let's see what Tesla's up to. Tesla's bleeding off a little bit right now. What time is it? It's 3:17, and we're in at about 5:21. Tesla had a good run. I mean, it's still up. Let's see what's leading the charge for the winners today. Tesla's in third right now over on the subscribers. NCNA is up 6%, TCOM is up 4%, and Tesla's up 3.8%. And so that's pretty strong because it had that huge run. But let's look at Tesla a little closer, okay? And actually a little bit further out. If you're looking under the microscope, you're not really seeing the giant world that's around us. You're just seeing the bacteria again, okay? We don't want to see the bacteria right now. Let's see the world of Tesla right now. Okay, you can see the charge up, and you can see that there was another thing. I wanted to mention this because I got my blinders on all the time when it comes to, oh, it's going to break up or it's going to break down. But there's another option. It goes sideways, okay? And you can see that this could possibly go in this sideways channel for a while. Remember, it sold off huge. And I don't think there's a lot of selling pressure, even with all this bad news necessarily. And I don't think there's a whole lot of buying rush either. So if you look at the buying versus selling pressure psychology, think about it in that aspect with Tesla. There's not necessarily a lot of buying pressure right now because we've still got future problems ahead of us in the next couple months. But there's also not a lot of selling pressure at these values. At this 500 mark, it's bounced off of it once, twice, three, four times. It does not want to go below 500. I'm not saying it's not going to, but it definitely likes to kick that 500. Actually, multiple times, six times. No, maybe five times. Anyway, so you can see we may be range bound. This is where range bound comes into play. A lot of people look at range bound the wrong way. This, we could be range bound between 550 and 500 for a week, maybe 2 weeks. That's unlikely, but it's possible. So it's another possible scenario. It's not like we always have to go up or always have to go down. We can go sideways and then move up, or we can go sideways and then move down. So we have to consider that a possibility as well. So I wanted to bring up Tesla, and I want to go back to one of the notes. And one of the notes, we got Bruce, DJ, Jason, Future, obviously that's me, Don't Short Tesla, Market Scraper. I mean, all these guys follow this all the time, and we talk about Tesla all the time. So if you're a big Tesla fan, short, long, whatever, let me know. Let me plug you in here. So if you have a comment and, it's a good comment, we'll throw it in. These guys have comments all the time that are great. So I'm constantly watching their comments and everything. So, and check out Market Scraper has a site too where he does a lot of stock stuff, and you want to check his channel out as well. And I look for every source I can when it comes to stock market. I've seen probably like 20 or maybe 30 different ones, and I pick apart what I like and what I don't like about every one. I try to use the positives towards everything, because it's important to get as much data as you can. A lot of people have different insights, so you're picking people's brains to do the right thing. So anyway, so this is the Tesla Whirlpool that I'm showing, and I thought it might tail down, but or bounce up, and it kind of did. Maybe it's going to be moving in sideways in this channel. Who knows? So I can't predict that. I'm not trying to predict that. I'm trying to react as quick as possible. I made money long on Tesla. I prepared that it was going to go down, but I still made money long. I was only trading about 20 or 50 shares, I guess 50 shares here and there. So anyway, that's Tesla. That's number one. So number two, let's try to go through them a little quicker. Hang on a minute. Let me recycle over here. Okay, Marvell Tech. And, oh, wow, I don't have the note on here. That's strange. Anyway, Marvell Tech, you can see it's had its good uptrend, and it looks like it's still kind of hanging that uptrend. So anyway, I kind of like that one right now, but it's definitely tailing off at the current moment. Let's see, LYV. Okay, that's Live Nation Entertainment. Maybe where the heck are all my notes? It's like my notes are gone. I hope I saved all my notes. Let's see. Here we go. I got a note here. Oh, Jacob Danielson. Okay. So anyway, so that would be Live Nation Entertainment. And you can see it rounding. If you notice this chart, V bottom, but then it is rounding. And this is kind of disturbing too. It looks like it's almost like a mini Head and Shoulders almost. But no idea there. Anyway, I don't know enough about the company, so I'm gonna move on. Carnival got just smashed. This is let's see, who was talking about Carnival? I should have a note here somewhere. There we go. Let's see. Oh, Gold Reserve. Yeah, he was using this as a hedge, so he was hedging this going down, and it had a huge bounce. Obviously, Trump saying he's gonna basically bail out all the cruise lines as well. So, and that gave him a huge bounce, but then it's popped back down. I mean, so, and this one has been, wow. I mean, if you go back in time, this was up around 50. I mean, right now it's at 13. I mean, this has been blasted. I mean, you're 80% down if you had been buying it anywhere in this stream of 45 to 50. So Carnival is not in good shape right now. I mean, let's see, TCOM, which is actually Tripcom Group. That's another basic travel agency style travel. So Workday, that's Market Scraper. So Workday was super strong, but let me back it up. So Workday had a huge heyday. I mean, Workday went from 50 to 225. My God, that's 4 times, 4x. Since when? Since 16. Wow, that would have been a huge score if you were in that one over the last couple of years and got out up at the top somewhere. You can see it broke the moving average, the 200-day up here, and it broke it again here. which I'm not a fan. Now it broke all of the moving averages here. And anyway, let's zoom in a little bit closer. And it's tailing off. And here's what I wanted to mention. A lot of times this happens. And this is why I kind of knew that this was just a bounce. Okay, it was a relief rally. I mean, not that that was super hard to figure, but you can see what happens off the 20-day. It's bouncing, bouncing, bouncing off the 20-day. What does it do? It doesn't usually break through it. It usually heads back down. That's what happens. Just like it'll bounce off the 50-day or 200-day moving average and come down. So that's a problem. Let's see what CRM is. That's Salesforce. You're going to see the same thing here. Salesforce cracked down, hits the 50, shoots down, past the 200, blows through the 200, gaps it, then hits the 200 and straight down. Then hits the 20-day, and now it's tailing back down again. These are really predictable sequences here. But it's not that far away from the 200-day moving average. So, I mean, if it breaks in and breaks above the 200-day average, you could see CRM go flying. That could be leading. That could be one of the leaders. NVIDIA is another one that's a best in breed. So we talked about the best in breed before. And Market Scraper was checking NVIDIA out too. I mean, granted, there's a lot of people involved in NVIDIA. This is a good company. This, to me, is the best chip company, broad chip company that there is. And they've been going up. Let's just think about it. Let's just say, for example, we were in NVIDIA back when it was at, holy cow, $4 a share. Let's say you had 1,000 shares for 4,000. Hey, we're gonna have to break out our calculator for that. Let's say you had let's say you have 1,000 shares times $4 equals $4,000. Okay, you invest $4,000. Well, right now, what would those 1,000 shares be worth? So your $4,000 investment times 258, even considering this crash, would be worth 258,000. Best in breed? Do I have to say more? That's ridiculous. That's awesome. And this is one that I missed too, but I wasn't involved with it at the time. So I mean, that's a while though. I mean, you got to consider this is from 2003 till now, so that's 20 years. But that's cranking. I mean, even if you divide all that up, divide it by 18 years, what is that per year? $14,000 per year. Pfft, yeah, no brainer. Good company. Okay, so but let's zoom in and see where we're at now, and see what our problems are. NVIDIA, it even cracked above the 50. Wow. This is a chart that looks pretty good. I mean, this one may bounce back before. This may be leading the market too. So I can see that Market Scraper definitely likes doing the best in breed style stocks as well. You can tell that because they don't take as much of a beating and they bounce back a little quicker as well when you do have a down drop. Okay, DAL, which is Delta. Well, they've got smashed. I mean, all the airlines have gotten smashed. You can see it again, hitting the 20-day barely, and kissing it and heading back down. Not in good shape, okay? SPCE. Oh yeah, you guys know I love SPCE. It doesn't even have a 200-day average. It doesn't have 200 days. Okay, I mean, we made a huge score on this one going up, got out at the right time, and that was huge. We got out before the 20-day crack. And that was almost, incidental. I was just setting my stops really tight on that one because it was going exponential. When something goes exponential, my stops are on, okay? Get your stops on for sure if you're going exponential on any company. Or you could get burned huge in one day, not even, knowing that it's happening. So anyway, let's see what happened. Skips down. Let's see. What did it do on the 20-day moving average? Kicked it, kicked it, kicked it, kicked it, kicked it. Okay, this is predictable. This is not a coincidence. This happens constantly, with a lot of companies. So this is one of the reasons I was shorting it. There was a lot of reasons for me to short it. Let me get on the 5-minute and show you. Maybe I can show you a little bit more detailed. Oh, this is another one. So I'm breaking the charts down multiple ways. So you can see this is not looking that great, but it is holding that 15 zone. It's at 1461. I guess it's really not holding it perfect. Well, it's holding its bottom here, which is about 1450. You can see it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Basically, that is your spot. That is your support. That 14, and we're on it. We're literally sitting on it right now. Actually, it bounced off of it. Let me get into my other 5-minute chart so you can see it a little bit better what we're doing, and we're on it. You can see it hit. This is where I would have bought even as a little mini trade. Let me oval that so you can see it. This is where I would bought on a mini trade if, you know, I was just trading for 10 minutes or an hour or whatever. I would trade right here. Big surprise. Look what it's doing. When it hits that, it bounces off of it. Doesn't mean it's not going to break through, but it usually bounces it first. So you could be buying in at 1457, selling up at 1470, and you can pull 23 cents a share. Well, if you have 1,000 shares or whatever, you know, whatever. I mean, you're making money that way. So, and that I would have done that. You know, what am I doing? I should probably get off this and start making money. No, anyway, so that's the story there. Let's move. Okay, so when it comes to space, I guess space is tough. I mean, a lot of my subscribers have space in it at different levels, figuring, you know, in the mid 20s and stuff. Speaking of the subscribers on this, let's take a look at who is in it. Trent Thomas. Yeah, he was, sorry, is that right? Trent Thomas, he was cost averaging around 15, which isn't a bad idea. Let's see. Let me check this one right here because there's a lot of people on top of this one. Got Matt Sullivan, we got Tyler Castamere, Laura B, and Brent Evans all talking about space yesterday on the community. So always go to the community. You're going to get ideas from everybody of what they think the price is. $10, $10, but even at $10, it's extremely risky. Agree, 100%. Okay, this is a risky company, period. But it doesn't really matter what price this company's at. It's risky at 40. It's risky at 10. It's risky no matter what. But anyway, I told him I'm pretty much a buyer at 10. I probably should have. I actually missed this because I was so busy trading with Tesla, you know, that I probably should have been more focused on trading space from 9 to 18 and making 100% in a week. That's probably what I should have been doing. You know, but I was so caught up in Tesla because I know more about Tesla and I follow Tesla and everything about the company all the time, you know, so I don't, you know, granted, there's not a whole lot of news surrounding Virgin Galactic anyway, but so anyway, these guys, Brent Evans at $7 to $8 market down or more, average $10 plus $10, okay. Laura said 13 to 14, but tight stop in this environment, absolutely. Set those tight stops on everything right now, period. I mean, just be careful. Keep your losses minimal and try to maximize the gains during this heavy volatility. So that's a great comment. So anyway, all those comments are good. I appreciate that. So if you guys have a comment of space, comment on this video. And I'll pop it over here to the notes. That way we can always, you know, kind of refer to what people are thinking. Okay, these guys are saying, and if you change your mind or whatever on something, no big deal. I'll update the notes on the actual charts. That way you guys are integrated in the system here. That way I'm seeing those numbers too. So it gives me some validation of where things are at as well. So anyway, but you can see space hitting that 20, bouncing it. So, I mean, that's not great from there. Obviously, that's the daily chart. And then the 5-minute, I mean, my God, it shot up like a rocket today, but I was dealing with Tesla at the time, so I was glancing at this one, but back and forth, but I really wasn't trading it positively. I mean, I probably could have. I could have picked either one. They basically were moving about the same. And then, but space, Tesla was holding. Let's switch over just to show you the difference. Tesla was holding up into the 520s. It was holding that gain where space basically just chucked it off. Wow, you can see Tesla actually dropped all the way down to 510. Just 15 minutes, actually a few minutes ago. Tesla is tailing off like mad. So again, I probably would have snatched it in around the 510. Maybe not even. I might have missed it. Because I would have probably waited for 505 or 500 before jumping it. And it's up to 520. So that could have been a big gain. 510 to 520, for example. If I was day trading that one, and I happened to snatch it at that bottom when I saw it kind of coming off the red hammer-ish candle, I would have basically, maybe let's say I got it in 512 or something, I could have made $8 a share potentially in 10 minutes. So times 100 shares, that's pretty solid money. So, and here it's caving a little bit. But you always got to watch the end of the candle. So, I mean, the candle, it's a 5-minute candle. So basically, let's say it just started the candle 3:35. So this candle literally has 5 minutes to go wherever it's going to go. So I don't see it and be like immediately jump in the minute or two after the candle. So this is for tight traders. Just something that I do specifically, that I wait. I usually make a move when it's closer to the end of the candle minute, last couple minutes of a candle, before I make decisions on stuff. Whether I'm going to cut that or, a lot of times I cost average. Like, I mean, let's say, I'll cost average even trades. So I'll buy 20 shares, then buy another 20 shares. If it goes a little lower, that way I'm cost averaging it. And if it goes a little bit lower, I'll buy another 20. And then if it shoots up, I snatch the profit, move on. Okay. So, but anyway, it's a little more complicated what I'm doing right now. I'm only trading right now because we're in this bear market. But anyway, let me get back to some of the subscriber stuff. Let's go to Uber. Everybody's following Uber. Uber had a huge bounce. I mean, had a huge V bottom here. But you got to remember, the people that bought an Uber at 30 to 40, they're still in the hole here. So I don't think they would be selling out at this point necessarily. So, but you can see that it's breaking sideways too. And this one looks like a flag. So if I would say this looks like a flag, and it's going to break one way or another tomorrow, probably. I would think so. I think it's going to break out of this one way or another, potentially. I mean, it could continue to go sideways. Who knows? But, I mean, those flags are usually pretty consistent. But if a flag up, flag sideways, flag down, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you there. Let's see. I like Tesla for ride sharing. Futuristic. Okay, VTIQ. This is a acquisition company, okay? And they had their heyday, okay? You can see this. They had their run up. And let's see, March 20. I mean, they already sold off before that, before the whole issue. So I don't know. This I would pass on this one. I'm staying far away from that. I wouldn't trade it or do anything with it. I don't know the liquidity of this either. Let's see, NCNA, Nucana PLC. Let's see. Oh my gosh, you're definitely not going to have. You're going to have a lot of non-trading. So what? Let's go in the past. Let's see. I go all the way out. Had its boost from 4 to 10. If you didn't catch that ride, I would be waiting. But it does look like it's progressing upward. I mean, if you really look at this. This is not bad. I mean, this would be the trend probably. But so that's not bad actually. But I don't know enough about it. Don't know the company. I'm just charting it there. TLT, which is the Treasuries, Barclay. The Treasuries also had massive run, massive sell-off. When this happens, I usually don't get involved. But then again, everything had its sell-off. This is the V bottom. This looks just like Uber, right? Looks just like the Uber chart. V bottom, followed by the upward slant. So let's see, the Ultra VIX. I have been trading the Ultra VIX. So when the S&P looks like it's bleeding, I'm all over the Ultra VIX. So let's see. But I made a good move on the Ultra VIX the other day and didn't get trapped in it. I was waiting for it to break north on the flag, and it didn't do it. Okay? So I didn't get committed. And I got out of it. I think I got out of it here. Let me oval it. So I think I got out of it somewhere up in here. And it just didn't look good. And there wasn't any real sign of anything. And the S&P was on fire. So it was working inversely to the S&P. It's the VIX short-term 2X. So you can see it just freaking caved today. And what is it down? 8%. So, man, that would suck. I would not want to be losing $500, 100 shares, $5 a share, 500. I'd be down 500 if I was still holding the Ultra VIX. But it did not. The S&P was moving up. So the VIX was moving down. So in the VIX, you can see it bouncing off the bottom. And It's not looking great right now. It's not looking great. And if you can go to the S&P, let me switch over to the S&P real quick so you can see the difference. Well, this is kind of strange because the S&P is moving up and the VIX is moving up too. Is that right? No, the VIX is moving down. Okay. So anyway, this is something that I'm using as a trade. High volatility. I can make good money quick if I catch it at the right time. But it had its massive run up. I mean, it like 10x or something, 7x. I mean, this would have been a monster. I'd be a millionaire if I invested 100% of my portfolio down here. I'd be a millionaire within, Jesus, like a month. That's crazy. But I'm not crazy, so I don't do crazy things. So, I mean, maybe down the road, if 200,000 is like no big deal, then maybe I'll take $200,000 pot shots and stuff like that. But anyway, not going to happen right now. So I'm just playing that as a trade. But anyway, back to the subscribers list. PG, remember Crazy Leo and me were talking about this yesterday. And it actually looks good on the chart. It looks pretty good on the chart, but it's struggling today. If you kind of, well, I don't know. You've got to be real accurate with these lines because it's really kind of hard to see where I'm at here. If I don't know. This is tough. You can see also it doesn't look good here. It looks like it broke the trend. It broke the upward trend. If PG broke the upward trend, that's probably not good. And if you look long term, PG, where's my trend down? Here's what I would do. I'm going to cap it up here. It's still on a downward trend. I don't like it for that, Okay, Zoom. Zoom is definitely interesting. That's like a super momentum stock right now. Let me back it out. Well, I guess this is as far as I can back it out. Let me see what's going on. We had this trend here, and you can see that trend up here. This is pretty monstrous, and this is still looking good. And it had a bad day, I think, today. Down $4 a share or 2.6%. But it's barely hanging. I don't know if that's really the trend. Let's take this off because this is disturbing to me. Okay, this doesn't look right. This looks more like this. Okay, I'm more accurate here. Yeah, this looks more like the trend to me. That's the upward trend. That broke the trend as far as I'm concerned. Not the massive long-term upward trend, but it broke the short-term trend. So, and you can see it spiked up to 164. It's down $20 a share from its high. So, anyway, Zoom I like, but I don't like buying. Here's where I like buying Zoom. Okay, just so you guys know. Here's where I would buy Zoom. Probably in here. Yeah, probably in here. I might have to buy it in here because I might have missed that big pump up, but I would have tried to get it in here if it broke the moving average. Let me see if I can get a moving average on here really quick. I'm not sure why this moving average is on here. So when we go to that, let's add the simple moving average. Let's go 200. It's probably way above that, but what is going on? Oh, okay. I'm sorry because I'm not on the daily here. Let me get to the daily. Sorry, this will make a lot more sense now. Ah, yeah, big surprise. There's the 200. Yep, and this is exactly what I thought. It would have been hard to know to get it here, but I definitely would have bought it here. That's for sure. I mean, not in that green bar, but in the bottom of the red bar. Okay, when it shoots up, it shoots into the flag. Big surprise. This happens all the time. This is why I talk about flags about 1,000,000 times. I want to beat the flags into your brain. They're everywhere. Look for these stupid flags. They're freaking everywhere. Okay? There's probably one up here. Who knows? They're everywhere. So anyway, this is where I'd wanted to get in. I want to be in at 73. Once it's up this high, I don't really want to be involved. I'd rather find another company that's down breaking its moving average. There's low risk because there's not as much downside necessarily. Okay, it breaks these moving average. It broke the 20, broke the 50, then broke the 200. I'd be loading up in Zoom. And that is February. That's probably, yeah, and big surprise. That was after, the global issue. And then all of a sudden, this is taken off. So I'm not liking this now. I mean, I'm not saying it can't go up higher. Hell, this could go up. Where are we at? This could go up to 300. It could. I'm not saying it can't. I'm saying I don't like buying a stock at 150 to go to 300 when I could have bought it at 75 to go to 300. That just makes more sense to me. So that's Zoom. We talked about AMD. Actually, let me talk about AMD. So now getting back to AMD, let's see. So getting back to AMD, let's see. Take the moving averages. Okay, it broke the 20, pops it, hits the 20, comes down, kisses the 50, comes down, hits the 50 multiple times, drops, hits the 200, bounces off the 20, bounces off the 50, and it's heading down. So, I mean, this chart is doing almost what a lot of the charts are doing, okay? These are why the moving averages are important, okay? Moving averages are very important. I put the 20, the 50, and the 200-day. A lot of people use the 100-day too. You can use that as well. But I use these, okay? 20-day is more of a trading thing. Like if it passes the 20-day, then, that's a trade move. And then the 200-day is pretty much a long-term investment move. When it crosses those going up. Not when it bounces it necessarily going up, because it could still bounce and go below it. But when it crosses it and bounces it, like I need it to cross it going up, then bounce it. Let's see if we go back to where I would have wanted to be in AMD, which is right here. Okay, let me oval it right here. Okay, I would have wanted to be in, because it hits, it crosses, it went below it, but then it crosses it and it bounces it right here. And when it bounced, it went up. It still went sideways for a while, but from there it went from, wow, $21, 3x to about 60. So that's monstrous. And that was 2019. That's 1 year. Come on, 3x. If you can 3x your money in 1 year, if you have 50,000 in one stock, let's say AMD for example, and you bought it in 2019 and you sold it at the tops here somewhere, I mean you went from 50,000 to 150,000 on AMD. Quality, another best in breed. Okay, so here, let me save that too. I always save everything once I do anything. I save it to the server basic layout and save that. So anytime that I note different things, I want to save that. So give me a second. And we have Intel. Let's see what Intel looks like. Intel was not as good of a performer. It just wasn't. I mean, it didn't even 1x in that time frame. So AMD or Intel? Which do you like? I like AMD better. I mean, in 2 seconds comparing those two charts, I would much rather be in AMD. Once we come out of this market, if I was going to invest in a chip company, that would be the company that I would snatch onto. Okay, that has more of a chance to take off and get back up to its all-time high, I think. But you can see Intel. It's not like Intel's a terrible company. Intel's a super solid company. Let's see. It actually broke through the 20. It broke through the. Is that the 200? Hang on a minute. I got to exit this. This is the 200, right? This is the 200 moving average. Wow. So it's breaking through that 200. That's not too bad. But I mean, we'll see kind of where that goes too. So, but it's pretty strange. Anyway, I like the chip companies obviously. Walmart that's, oh my gosh. This this is why I don't get involved in these type of companies. There is no way to graph this. I'm sorry. You can't. There's no way to graph. There's no way to figure out anything that's going on. Okay, good news, goes up. Bad news goes down. I mean, really? Are you going to bet on a stock based on news? Bet on Walmart then. I mean, that's a disaster zone. On the upswing, great. On a bull market, great. Walmart's fine. Okay, $80 to 120, you make, what, 50%. So 50% in a year. Or AMD 3X, what did Tesla do? See what Tesla did. Tesla was pretty solid. in 1 year. Granted, in 2019, it started out, I mean, I don't even want to get into Tesla early 2019, but anyway, if we start in 2019 at 300, it 3x'd. So I like 3x companies. Okay, 3x companies, good, good. You know, 1/2x, not as good. Okay, finally, Papa John's. Now, the reason I'm even bringing Papa John's is I saw some heavy news on Papa John's. Everybody's going crazy ordering pizzas, I guess. You know, so, oh, yeah, that's right. I worked for Papa John's for 6 years. I actually met Papa John once, John Schnatter, at my store down in Tampa in Westchase. And anyway, uh, he's a nice guy. I actually had the district supervisor come over, and he's like, "Man, I need to get in. I need to jump in your car with you and go on a couple runs." And I was like, "Oh my God, what the hell? Am I going to be fired or what?" Basically, I was like, I was in my 20s at the time, and I was doing well. I was making like 20 to 25 an hour. Most of the pizza drivers in my store are making about 15 to 17 an hour. So he comes over and he gets in my car and we drive around for a couple hours, and I'm hustling and I'm doing what I always do, making money. Okay. So anyway, I end up getting back to the store, and I was kind of like, well, what was that all about? He's like, I just wanted to see how you do what you do. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, you're delivering 5.2 pizzas per hour when the average employee here is delivering 3.3. So either you were speeding like crazy or you were doing something different. And he saw that I was hustling. The minute I hustle into the store, the minute I get there, I'm helping out on the line. I'm making the pizza, slapping the dough, throwing the dough, doing whatever the heck I can do, everything when it comes to that. And then making them 10 in the ovens, getting them in the boxes, getting them out the door, routing myself, routing other drivers out. And then hustling out to the car, hustling to the door, and going straight without, driving around in circles. So, being basically the best again at doing that. I mean, that was pizza driving. But that's my mindset, okay? Didn't matter. I mean, I would work for 4 hours and make as much as the other drivers in 5. So I get a free hour every single day, at that point. So, and think about it. And look at the bright side. No matter what you're doing now or this and that, or whether you're a millionaire and whether you're got $2,000 or $1,000 or 500 to your name, you can always, do the stock thing and make money. If you're the best at this and you do well, with investments, you're going to make good money. So there's definitely money to be made out there. I mean, like today was a pretty much an average day. I mean, I probably could have cleared 1,000 today. I should have. In my aspect, I made plenty of mistakes today, and I probably should have cleared $1,000. I definitely couldn't clear $1,000 driving pizzas in 4 hours. That's for sure. So anyway, there's definitely money to be made, but I mean, the old adage that, it takes money to make money, that's true. But you don't need a lot to start. If you make good moves early and you do the right things in the beginning of your investing, I mean, look at the AMD thing. I mean, there's all kinds of money to be made in all kinds of different stocks. They're all over the place. You got to know where to look, know where to look, know where to, check out and everything. So anyway, that pretty much wraps it up. And I'm going to do one last scan on Tesla. Let's do the 5 minutes, see what's going on. And see what's happening. Yeah, there's the matrix. I am Neo. Okay, can you see that matrix? Okay, I can. Here you go. Let's blow it up to see how crazy that matrix is. So tell me I don't do my homework. Tell me I'm not scanning. I mean, honestly, I've gotten lazy a while. Now I just circle things here and there. I'm like, I can't be, I just don't have time for everything that I do now. But anyway, so you can see it spiked up to the little 20 period moving average. It's not 20 day, 20 period moving average. And where are we at? 522. So I don't know. I mean, this chart, what would I do here? If I'm looking at short term, probably scan down here. That needs to break that trend for sure. Definitely needs to break this trend. Needs to break it going north. For me to be bullish on this, it has to break going north. You can see a couple tops here. 1, 2, 3. Well, actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we got bottoms 1, 2, 3. This channel is pretty obvious here. So for me to be bullish, you need to break this channel going up again. You know, so remember, let's just rewind. Let's do a channel. Let's pretend that we're going to the past. This channel, well, this bottom channel doesn't really have much of a channel, but it's more like a base here. You can see it right here. Anyway, you see when it broke here? It broke here. It broke the VWAP. It broke the little averages here. And what happened? It went up like a frickin' missile. Okay, for bar after bar. Jeez, I should have made way more money. I'm terrible. Don't listen to me, people. I should have made probably 1,000 off of this trade, easily. But I got a little sloppy and a little bit, like, tired. I'm making excuses. I'm terrible. Anyway, so, but I did do well with the space short up here. I can't remember how high it was, but it was pretty high. And I did okay in that space one. I wasn't shorting a lot, so it was very, very minor. But anyway, so that's how I look at, that's how we're looking under the microscope there. But we can go back to the daily, and the daily looks totally different. Okay, totally different. Monster runoff, huge sell-off. It's not Tesla's fault. They didn't do anything wrong. Again. I mean, come on. Elon's like giving free ventilators to people, you know, 1,000 free ventilators. You know, it's on the news even. I think it was on the news. Let me pull it up here because I have to shrink this out of here first. So let me bring it up on the news. I mean, this is the type of guy. This is why I'm a fan of Tesla right here. Let's read this one. Let's see. Chief Executive Elon Musk said on Tuesday the company has extra FDA-approved ventilators that can be shipped free of cost to hospitals within regions where the electric car maker delivers. Dude, free. This is Elon. Okay? How do you not back a company like this? You know? Think about it. I mean, he's like a super huge humanitarian. It's like him and Bill Gates. Okay? These guys are just, they're going to take all their money. Think about when let's say Tesla becomes a 5,000 or 10,000 a share stock in 10 or 15 years from now. What do you think Elon's going to do with his hundreds of billions of dollars? You know, besides fly people to Mars. You know, I mean, he is going to be giving back in so many different ways. You want to invest in somebody like this, especially if you have kids. I mean, not everybody has kids, but if you have kids and in 20 years, your kids are like 20 or 30 or 40 or whatever, then they're going to benefit from things that a guy like Elon does. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up with that one because that's pretty impressive. I mean, everything he does is impressive, but anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I know it's a little long, but I wanted to go into detail on all those subscriber charts and, you know, give you a little bit of ideas of, you know, with a little tone instead of just, you know, texting back and forth where you kind of lose that tone of what you really think about stuff. So have a great day and good luck trading this week. I can't tell you what's going to happen tomorrow, gap up or down. You know, may as well be starting to flip coins right now. Talk to you guys later. See ya.